This was the best fight on the Canelo Ryder undercard between Stevie Spark and Gabriel Gollaz, Venezuela. Both of these guys have fought Montana Love in the past. Stevie Spark is coming off that DQ win over Montana Love in 6 rounds where he dropped Love. He was giving him all sorts of trouble, and then Love basically decided to take the punk way out by fouling his way out of the fight. That's what Montana Love did. Whereas with Gollaz, he fought Montana Love last year and he dropped a UD over 12, although he did drop Love in round 2. So those are the 2 participants. I thought that Stevie Spark did more than enough to get the nod in this fight. I thought that his punches were better delivered, cleaner, more consistent. I thought he was, for the most part, the boss in the fight. I thought his work was better quality and there was more of it. And although he did get dropped in the middle of the fight, I forget what round it was, maybe round 5, round 6, something like that. Other than that, I thought he won the majority of the rounds. Obviously, Gollaz is from Guadalajara, which is where this fight took place. And I think that had a lot to do with the reason he got the decision on the judges' scorecard, because it was a split decision, but one of the judges had it 96-93 for Gollaz, which to me is absurd. Having it to him by 3 rounds, no. If you had it to him by 1 round or something like that, even that is really pushing it, because I thought Stevie Spark did more than enough, as I say, to get the win. So he's going to be disappointed. But Eddie Hearn, I think he's already said on his Instagram account that he felt Stevie Spark did do enough to win the fight, and it will give him more opportunities as a result. Spark has lost 3 times now. This time officially lost, but I think he deserved the victory. But he actually lost, both officially and in the way the fight played out, against Tim Tszyu a couple years ago. He was stopped in 3 rounds. And very early on in his career, in his second pro fight, he was defeated on a majority decision against a Chinese fighter. So Stevie Spark, a real blue-collar spitting sawdust pro. I'm sure this won't discourage him too much. He's had setbacks in his career before. As long as he's got Eddie Hearn backing him and willing to put him in other fights and give him other opportunities, I'm sure he can bounce back and we'll see him again. And as for Gollaz, very tough guy, was able to take Stevie Spark's power very well throughout the fight. There were moments where Stevie Spark was really unloading on this guy, and I was thinking, surely Gollaz is going to go down. He was getting hit with some flush punches, left hooks, right hands, uppercuts, body shots, and there were just seconds where it looked like he was wilting, and it looked like after the impact of a punch, he would slump to the canvas, because you're so used to seeing that when guys get hit flush with certain shots. But no, he managed to firm it, got through the fight, and got the victory, although in my view, he didn't deserve it. So yeah, tough guy, can obviously punch a bit, but very limited. And this is an example, although both guys are the same height, 5'10", Spark and Gollaz, there's a difference in reach there. It doesn't actually give Stevie Spark's reach on his BoxRec page. It says that Gollaz's reach is 73 inches. Gollaz looked to have the longer arms, and there is a difference between reach and arm length. In fact, it might show us here. See, this is reach. See, the measurement of the wingspan between the fingertip to the other fingertip, that's reach, whereas arm length is from the armpit to the end of the fist. So arm length, to my way of thinking, is actually a more useful measurement than reach. I'm not sure why reach is still the prevailing measurement, the one that is far more common than arm length. I know that HBO used to do arm length a lot rather than reach, but none of the other networks seem to want to do it. Anyway, Gollaz appeared to have the longer arms, and this is an example of how having the longer arms up close can be a disadvantage because your punches are not as tight. So the guy with the shorter arms, even though they're the same height, has the tighter, more compact punches. Sergio Mora in the commentary was saying that Stevie Spark had a better technique. But again, a lot of times technique is contingent on the physical dimensions of the fighter. If you're a guy with just longer arms, you're going to struggle to throw shots that are as compact and tight in most instances as an opponent with shorter arms, right? So that's one thing that really stood out to me about the action in this fight. If they have a rematch, and I'm sure Stevie Spark would like one, Gollaz needs to try and keep Spark at long range. That might not be his forte, but that's what he needs to do. Keep him on the end of the punches. If you engage him up close, you're going to come off second best most of the time. Or keep him on the outside and try and catch him coming in. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought about this fight between Stevie Spark and Gollaz. Real good fight, non-stop action, great exchanges. But for me, the wrong man got the decision. There was some hometown cooking there, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.